Topic of equality and diversity. So the purpose of this unit is to help you understand how to promote equality and value diversity. You will also understand how to work with others in order to achieve this, and how to review the contribution of your practice when it comes to the concept of equality and diversity. So far we have looked at some of the key regulation around equality and diversity here in the UK. And I say here in the UK because I am recording this overview session from the UK. I'm based in the UK. So we look at the Equality Act 2010. We look at some of the SEND Code of Conduct, which is about learners with special needs. So this unit is going to be on the topic of equality and diversity, and we're going to continue discussing the importance of the Equality Act 2010 and other key pieces of regulation. So we're going to, of course, look at, first of all, what equality and diversity really mean. I'm sure you are familiar with both of these concepts, but it is important that we understand what equality means, what diversity means. You can see two definitions here on the screen in front of you, but as part of Unit 3, we're going to discuss those in greater depth, okay? And as I just mentioned, we're going to talk about the Equality Act 2010. So Unit 3, if you're interested in equality and diversity, and if you would like to, you are going to learn how to create an inclusive learning environment anyway, but if you'd like to kind of dig deeper into the topic of equality and diversity, Unit 3 is a unit that you can choose as part of this diploma, as this is the unit that is particularly devised to cover that topic more explicitly. So again, we've got all the characteristics here, and we are going to have a look at an overview of the Equality Act as well here. And this is an extract that I have taken from gov.co.uk, which is the government website where all the policies and procedures are communicated here in England. So you may be thinking, why promoting equality and diversity? Because depending on where you're joining us from, which country, some countries perhaps may not necessarily place that much emphasis on promoting equality and diversity as opposed to other countries. That really depends. It would be interesting to bring your own examples from your own countries. But why promote equality and diversity? Well, there are few reasons. We're going to talk about that in more detail in the actual sessions that are part of Unit 3. But first of all, one of the key reasons is to have equal opportunities to everyone. So that is quite important. Everyone, every learner, every participant needs to have the same opportunity within the learning environment and within the organization. So creating equality of opportunity is very important. Also, creating positive learning environment. In order for us to create that positive learning environment and ensure that every learner feels included in the learning process, we must promote equality and diversity, irrespective of where the person comes from, what their age is. It is our duty, our role as facilitators, as teachers or trainers, to ensure that everyone feels included and everyone feels that they can express themselves freely and take part in the learning process, because that will then have a ripple effect on their individual performance, on how much they have learned, obviously because of the learning experience they will be having, and if you're delivering training to a team, on the team performance. So we're not only looking at this from the perspective of individuals, but also teams as well. We'll also, as part of Unit 3, we'll also look at how we can help others promote equality and diversity. So a few ways that we could look into that, so I've included them here on the screen, is by assigning equality and diversity champions. I've seen that done in organizations. We could also host training sessions where we raise importance on the topic of equality and diversity. And we could also ensure that we have implemented some corrective behavior, perhaps policies and procedures when it comes to what would happen if someone says something which could be considered discriminating to another learner or things like that, right? So here we're talking about what we could do as practitioners to help others also join our effort in creating inclusive learning environment. So these are just some brief examples I have included here. Okay, now we're going to move to unit 4.